Just told them on the road, you know, friendly.
What does that have to separate y'all?
From the banks of Hall, this is the Tommy Martin Radio Hour. Tommy's special guest is Miss Fitzgerald tonight. Tonight with Tommy are Miss Natalie Wood, Miss Laura Page, Mackenzie Fontavelli, and Tommy's little brother, Daniel Martin, along with the Hope Sisters and the Saturday Night Mystic Theater Company. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, here's Tommy!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We've got a great show for you tonight, and we also have a wonderful lineup. We have our regulars, Miss Natalie Wood, and Miss Shelley as well. Not right now. But we have it not backstage. Not right now. What?
Sir, our special guest star is not here.
Wait, what?
Miss Fitzgerald is not here yet. I think she's going around 285. In circles.
Well, weren't you supposed to call her earlier?
No, you were.
No, you were.
No, you were supposed to call her as the host.
No. I couldn't have done it because I was busy all day today.
Yeah, we had a problem in rehearsal. Where were you?
Well, I was up at the ballpark. I'm the new manager there.
So you're the new manager for the Atlanta Braves.
Yes, I just said that.
Hey, Chief.
Yes.
Could you probably introduce me to some of the guys on the team so if I see them in the street or in the ballpark, I can say hello to them?
You want to do this now?
Yes. Miss Fitzgerald needs time to get here.
Well, all right then. Well, let me see here. Let me think. We have who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third. And
Hey, you're the manager.
Yes.
So you know the guys' names.
Of course I know.
So tell me the names.
I said who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
You're the manager.
Yes.
Tell me the guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy in first.
That who?
The guy on first base.
Who?
Dude, what are you asking me for? I'm asking you. Who's the guy's name on first base?
Yes.
What?
Who's on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second base.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Now he's on third. Now we're not talking about him. Okay?
Okay, dude, all I want to know is what's the guy's name on first?
I told you. What's the guy's name on second?
I'm not worried about second base right now. Who's on first?
Yes.
Well, then tell me.
I'm telling you.
You're not telling me anything. I want to know who's on first.
Yes.
Tell me.
I'm telling you.
I want to know what's the guy's name on first base.
Listen carefully. What's the guy's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Okay, now when you pay out the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it.
Okay, you don't give money to a random guy and you don't know his name, so who gets the money?
Yes.
Well, then tell me.
I'm telling you.
You're not telling me anything. I want to know what's the guy's name on first.
What's the guy's name on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third
base. All right. Do you have an outfield?
Of course I have an outfield.
Okay. Tell me the left fielder's name.
Why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
I just thought I'd tell you.
All right. Left fielder's name.
Why?
Well, because.
Now he's our center field.
All right. I'm not worried about center field. Left fielder's name.
Why?
I said because.
I said he's center field.
I don't want to know who's on center field.
Nah, do you not listen? Who is on first?
I don't know. Third base. Do you have a pitcher?
Of course I have a pitcher.
All right. Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
So you don't want to tell me today.
I just did.
You didn't tell me anything.
I just did tell you something.
You didn't tell me anything. What's the pitcher's name?
Tomorrow.
What time?
Excuse me?
I said what time?
What do you mean what time?
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me who's pitching?
Do you not listen? Who is on first?
I'm going to break your arm if you say who's on first one more time.
Now hold on, dear. Okay?
Alright, do you have a catcher?
Of course I'm the catcher.
Alright, tell me the catcher's name.
Today.
Today and then tomorrow's pitcher.
Now you got
Alright, now I got
it. Okay, good.
it. Now I'm going to be the catcher myself now.
Uh-huh.
So, if you could hire me maybe later on, I could picture something going on.
Oh, really?
So, alright, I'm behind the home plate. Tomorrow's pitch on the hill. First guy gets up and he's a real heavy hitter. So I gotta throw him out at first. So tomorrow throws the ball, he bunts the ball, I pick up the ball, and I throw it to who?
Now that is the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what you have to do.
Alright, I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
Naturally.
I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, now you throw it to who?
Naturally. I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you throw it to who? Who is on first base?
I don't know!
Third base.
Alright, he better get it.
Okay, fine.
Who throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. I don't know throws it back to tomorrow. Triple play.
Could be.
Next guy gets up. It's a pop fly because why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't care. I said I don't care.
Oh, he's our shortstop. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We've wasted much too much time now, and we've got to take a commercial break. Colin?
Thanks, Tommy. So it's 2 in the morning, and you're starving. Nothing in the fridge, and nothing in the cupboards. You don't even have a dog biscuit laying around. You think about cooking, but then you remember the alarm you started last night. Well, check out 7-Eleven. There's gotta be one right near you. They have everything from burgers to tacos, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 7-Eleven. Think of it as your own personal walk-in kitchen.
Welcome back to the Tommy Martin Radio Hour, everybody. Our first act tonight, and I am pleased to introduce her to y'all, is Miss Natalie Wood.
Birds little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I?
That was amazing. Okay, guys, guess what? I have myself here a story for y'all. Actually, that depends on the way you look at it. But here's my inspiration for this. Daniel was talking to me earlier, I guess it was about last week. And so he was saying that he had trouble getting the baby to sleep when he told her bedtime stories, like what used to happen to us when we were little kids. Because he said to her, they were just not getting her to sleep. And so I told him, I said, Daniel, you can't do that with kids nowadays because it's not interesting. So I told him this. I said, to keep it interesting, jazz it up a little bit, you have to tell these things backwards. And what I meant by that, and I told him this story, what I meant by that was, let's take, for example, the story of Cinderella. Well, if you were to tell that story backwards, you'd first have yourself a title, Rendercella. See where I'm going with this? So I told him this. I told him the story of Rendercella. You guys listen, and if you want, you can go home and try this with your own kids and see if this will work too. So here's how the story of Rendercella goes. Once upon a time, in a corn country, there lived a beautiful girl named Rendercella. Now, Rendercella lived with her muggly other and her two sad sisters. Also, in this same corn country, there lived a prancing hens. Now, this prancing hens was going to hold a fancy ball. So, the muggly other and the sad sisters went out to buy some fancy passes. But Rendercella couldn't go to the fall because all she had to wear was a bunch of pretty dags. But there appeared before her Gary Mudfather. And with a wave of his magic wand, he turned Rendercella into a beautiful princess. But he said, now Rendercella, if you're not back by the Tokastrig night, I'll burn you into a pumpkin. So Rendercella goes off to the fall. Well, when she arrived there, the prancing hens came down to greet her because he had been watching from the window the whole night. So Rendercella and the prancing hens danced all night long. And they lell in love. Big moments there. Well, when the mid-clock night struck 12, Rendercella staced down the rares when she saw her dripper. True story. So, this prancing hens went all over this corn country looking for the beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper. Then he came to Rendercella's house. He tried it on her muggly other and it fit and did. He tried it on her siggly usters and it fit and did. But he tried it on Rendercella, and guess what? It fit and did. So, Rendercella and the prancing hens lived happily ever after. Now, guys, the moral of the story is this. If you want to go to a fancy fall in a corn country to lull and fluff the prancing hens, don't forget to slop your dripper. This is true. Oh, yeah. Give me a second. Let me see here. I think this is a good time to go ahead and announce this. I had not planned on this earlier. But, folks, I am being nominated for this next year's presidential election. So, I had not originally prepared to give this earlier, but now is as good a time as ever to give you folks my campaign speech.
Hold on there, Chief. This is the time for a commercial. We have companies that have scheduled time for this.
But I got a campaign.
Yeah, but the Swift Baking Company, they bought a time slot here. This is part of the schedule.
Well, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
How are we gonna fix this, man?
Well, I guess the only way to do this is to put both of them together, do them at the same time.
Do what?
Yeah, okay, you start, and I'll interrupt, and vice versa.
Okay, I suppose we can start like that.
Yeah,
So I start.
Yeah, go ahead and start with your speech.
Okay, all right, let's see here. Citizens of America, my great-grandfather made a good politician, my grandfather made a good politician, and my father made a good politician. And I believe that I will make
Good bacon. Yes, Swift's premium bacon is truly good bacon. You see, Swift premium bacon is cured and smoked by a special process to give it a mellowed, sweet smoked taste. Each package of Swiss smoked bacon contains
50 million Frenchmen. In answer to this question of foreign policy, I believe that every patriotic American should be
sizzling in the skillet. Yes, that relieving, tantalizing sensation of Swift bacon sizzling in the skillet is an appetizing invitation to enjoy a great breakfast. In fact, a lady that lives in London recently said that she had
75,000 children under 6 years of age, and it is my personal belief that these children are old enough to be
kissing their wives at breakfast. Yes, husbands who eat a good hearty breakfast, the kind nutritionists recommend. Start the day right, start the day bright. So for a brighter breakfast, start with the delicious Swift premium bacon. Remember, you'll start the day off with a bang if you eat
atomic bombs. And in closing, let me just go ahead and remind you that the last time I ran for public office,
Swiss premium bacon won. When homeowners from coast to coast were asked to vote for their favorite bacon, they said that they
won't shave the long gray beards till I'm in office.
Don't forget our show's familiar slogan. All the votes across America go for Swiss premium bacon and Tommy.
Okay, I think we pulled that one off, Colin.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Well, folks, I am pleased to introduce to you the Hope Stars.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, the lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly. Tell you why, 'cause he's sweeter than an apple pie. And when he doesn't shake his rock and dance, man, I haven't got a chance. Lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Sweeter than candy, huckleberry cherry and lemon. If you had a choice, you'd be on it. Honestly, huckleberry cherry and lemon. If you had a choice, you'd be on it. But a lollipop is mine. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Crazy way thrills me, tell you what, just lightning from the sky. He must kiss me till he kiss me straight. Lollipop is great. I call him lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop, a lollipop.
Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. We'll be right back, everybody.
With steak, you want to make every bite count. That's why we use A1 steak sauce. A1 brings out all the deep down juicy goodness of every single bite of steak or even hamburger. Delicious. For me, there's only one steak sauce, A1. Because A1 has all the taste that makes every bite count.
Welcome back, everybody. Guess what? I have here another story. I'm gonna get a reputation with all of these stories. But this one's different. And my inspiration for this one is this. I was studying the script for the play by Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. And as I was reading through that, it came to my realization that I am an idiot. And the reason for that is this. As I was looking through there, I found a bunch of foreign words, I would say, like yondo and rindos and all this stuff just made my brain boggle. I was like, does this come on a DVD or something? So what made me think about it that way is because I figured this one out. I did the research. Shakespeare himself had a working vocabulary of 54,000 words. 54,000. We, in the United States of America today, have about a working vocabulary of, say, 3,000 words. And that's why when we read Shakespeare, we're like that. It was, what is this? So I was thinking, I couldn't even recite children's stories like before because I'm not smart enough. Because even children supposedly had a more robust vocabulary than I. I mean, if I were to try and do that, I'd have to be all like, in times past, and not long ago, there lived pigs, in stature little and in number 3, who, being of an age both inspired and entitled to seek his own fortune, each went out to do thusly. When they had travelled a little distance, pig number first spake, saying, "Hearken, brethren, heed this tempestuous realm. Tarry we long from hearth and home, we shall fare, I fear, not well." And so, being collectively agreed, but individually impelled, that diminutive swine each went out to erect himself an abode. Pig number 1 did construct his house with straw. Pig number 2 did likewise, though, rather not from straw, instead with sticks. Meanwhile, unique in his imaginings, pig number 3 did erected his domicile stalwart and garish, his structure made from brick entirely. Soon there happened along, as so is frequently the scenario in classic tale of protagonist pig or red-hooded child, a wolf. Carnivorous nature in full season, he called out to the straw-ensconced swine, saying, "Pray thee, little pig, grant me entrance." The pig won for called with sage foreboding that he is mad who trusts in the tameness of a belly-pinched wolf, and responded immediately, "Nay, it shall not be, not by my wit or whiskered jowl." Prepared for this most expected response, the wolf replied immediately, "Then steel thyself, little pig. Forthwith shall I endeavour, by employing means both huffing and puffing, to dismantle yon flaxen fortress." Whereupon there issued forth from the wolf an exhale of gale proportions that quickly rendered straw hovel to dregs and drogs, and carried aloft piglet alike and shattered quarters both. Exposed now to claw and fang, pig first made haste, wolf in pursuit, to the stick-festooned sanctum of Pecari secondary. Causing second pig to cry out in dismay, "Well, this knocks my knickers!" The marshalling a fair wolf to my doorstep is nowhere among those endeavours amiable or congenial. "A thousand pardons," squealed one. "'Twould seems the beast's baneful breath has purged me of home and sound judgment alike." The mighty maelstrom of the wolf exhale splattered second swine shack and shortened his sanctimonious scolding simultaneously.
Say that 3 times fast.
"Lo and behold," squealed 2, "stand we now amid wooden wreckage, tremulous and vulnerable, with nary a strategy for ensuing the canine devourer, and looming in deadly proximity." "Strategy," said one, "while 'tis noble to contemplate tactical particularities, pressed as we are with the time restraints for forbidding strategical conversation, I would urge we run." Whether by their own foot-fleeted competence or the wolf's windless attitude, the diminutive swine arrived at their ultimate kindred neighbor's inexpugnable ingress unscathed. Good news. Upon the third pig's door, with urgent hooves they pounded and cried out, "Unbar this entrance, and with haste we beseech thee!" The third pig hailed from the American colonies, and possessing the vocabulary substantially less robust than his impromptu visitors, replied, "Say what?" "Seek we sanctuary," they implored on the verge of hysteria, "lest we fall forthwith to the wrath of the advocacy of yonder approaching carnivore." Still confounded by their important words, Pig 3 did render ajar his portal, whereupon 1 and 2 spilled doubt, and beyond the threshold entered they took. So y'all just wanted to come in? You could have said that. The sinister hiss of the wolf could once again be heard outside. Pretty big, scrappy entrance. The wolf squealed 1 and 2. The wolf said 3. What do you suppose he wants? He seeks to gain purchase. Indeed, he would occupy this very alcove where he would afford the most meager of opportunities. Right, I'm just going to go ask him what he wants. Under no circumstances, squealed 2, flinging himself bodily against the portal. There is not to be gained accosting external opponents, save our own immediate demise. What did you just say about my mama? House and occupants were again engulfed in a malevolent blast of wolfish wind. The foundation shook, the frame rattled, and lo, to the astonished eyes of Piglet and encroaching scoundrel alike stood the third pig's lodging undaunted. Good news for you pig fans. Aghast and dismayed, Pig 2 queried a 3. How does, against such torrential and relentless onslaught, this domicile endure? Pig 3 puffed out chest, tapped a hoof to the hearth, and responded, It's American made. I believe that one, that's all. We can do it now. Oh, man. Well, Colin, what do we have next?
We have our 5-minute mystery.
Ah. Folks, I am proud to announce to you that our guests from the Saturday Night Theater Company down the street have allowed us to have a special viewing of one of their acts for this month. So, folks, I am pleased to introduce to you the actors from the Saturday Night Theater Club. Colin, take it away.
And now, for our featured presentation, a 5-minute mystery, brought to you by the Saturday Night Theater Company. Our story takes place in Greens County, a small town in the southern capital.
Doctor, there's been an accident at Echo Cavern.
Accident? What kind of accident?
2 ladies were exploring last night and they got lost. One of them's unconscious. You better come quick before she's dead.
I hope you know how to get out of Echo Cave, Merida. With the job of being town constable and ambulance driver, I reckon there is to know about this country. Ever been in a cave before, Merida? Once, Doc. Nearly got my heart tamed off by my paw. Echo Cave is a mighty touchy place. You mean it's easy to get lost in it? Not only that, Doc, is the gas, carbon something. You mean carbon dioxide? Yeah, that's it. When you walk into that stuff, before you know it, ding, you're out. Still, people seem to go exploring there. More fools to be. I wouldn't have been there at least if I was with a dog. A dog? What for? Well, if the dog keels over, you know the gas is collecting. I'm afraid, Mrs. Bell, your friend is dead. Poor Patsy was from the gas, wasn't it, dog? That's what it looks like to me.
Why'd you go in that cave anyway?
Patsy asked me to. She ain't never seen one before. How far did you go in? Well, it didn't seem real far, but all of a sudden we done lost our way.
Where was that?
Well, how do I know whereabouts if it was lost? We tried to trace our way back, but it wasn't no use. Patsy started to get scared. It's kind of funny to see a big girl like that get scared. Yeah, she's rather big, isn't she? Mm-hmm, 6'4". Mom used to call us Nut and Jeff.
And then what happened?
Well, I was a little scared myself, but we stuck together, you know. We're going to the flash from a car. All of a sudden, Pat's killed over.
From the gas?
Yeah, that's what I figured. She hit her head on the rock on the way down, and I guess that just about finished her off.
I suppose you reckon yourself a pretty lucky missus.
Yeah, sure. I figure it's only because I'm 5'3" that I got out of there alive. The gas must have been just about a foot over my head.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Doug and Rose?
I think we better arrest Mrs. Bell for the murder of her friend, Patsy.
was the flaw in Belle's story? Do you know it? In a moment, we'll hear from Meredith and Dr. Rose. 7-Up Plus with calcium. Introducing a whole new kind of soft drink. With real fruit juice, 10% of your daily calcium, and only 10 calories in every 8-ounce serving. It tastes so good, you can feel it in your bones. For a great taste with calcium, the only way to go is up. And now let's see whether you're as observant as Meredith and Rose.
Hey, Copper, listen these things up. They're hurting.
When you're in Green Scout, Joe? Not before.
I still don't get it. It was a good story. Can't figure out how y'all found out.
Mary tells me that they used to take dogs into cave, and the gas is heavier than air, so it would collect on the floor. And if you would have had really weak gas, you would have had killed him before your friend Patsy.
Well, what do you know? Nowadays, in this murder racket, you need a college education.
The Saturday Night Theater Club, everybody. Well, good news, everyone. I've just received word that our special guest is finally here. So, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to y'all Miss Elisa Fitzgerald.
They say love is blind, can we forget to play? There's a I'm sorry, could you do that one more time? I apologize. There's a saying says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain lad that I've had in mind. Can't forget with him, still I can't forget. He's the love affair I cannot forget. Only then I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initial to my monogram. Well,
folks, we've come to the conclusion of our program tonight, and the Hardy Cats of the Tommy Martin Radio Hour would like to wish you all
Good night, until we meet again. Adios, au revoir, I'll be the same till then. And though it's always sweet sorrow to part, you know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Is a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, I'll be the same. Good night.
I'd like to thank our official guest star tonight, and also the Saturday Night Theater Club, as well as everybody else. Well, folks, as I said, we've come to a close. I hate to see y'all go. But on our way home, please remember this, all of you. To drive reckless, cut people off, use your road rage. But above all, I want you all to remember this very important thing. Red lights are just colors. Good night, everybody.